everyone, and welcome to Baby Bump Tuesday. I'm in week 15, so I kind of just wanted to go over what happens in week 15, and then also I want to do first trimester. Since I'm technically in my second trimester, my first week in my second trimester, I wanted to go through must-haves and must-knows of the first trimester because I think that'll really help people out. I did a lot of research to know what I should have, but to have someone tell me, hey, this is good and this is why, I thought was very beneficial. So first I'm going to start with how I feel. Nothing has really changed. It's kind of the same as last week. The only difference is I do see my belly growing and I did gain a pound. But as far as feelings, no nausea, no tiresome feelings, nothing out of the ordinary. What's fun, the baby is 4 inches long now from head to butt, so I think that's a big improvement and it's kind of exciting. And they're about 2.5 ounces. They weigh 2.5 ounces. They're also forming taste buds. I thought that was pretty interesting, not that they have much to taste right now, but that was a kind of a cool fact. And week 15 is usually the week where they can tell the sex of the baby. And I'm actually very anxious to find out. I do want to know, so I'm really excited about that. I'll find out hopefully on Monday. I have my doctor's appointment, so we'll see. And then they also say that from week 16 to 22 you can start feeling the baby move, and I have to say that the past few days I have felt movement. It's not like I wouldn't just feel it if I were just sitting here talking. I'd have to put my hand there and kind of just concentrate on it and see what happens. But it's cool because I do feel it, and it's kind of a sensation of bubbles or kind of like very tiny kicks. You wouldn't even call them kicks, it's just movement. And I had my husband touch it for the first time last night, because every time it happens I'm like scared to call him or else it's gonna stop. But I thought that was pretty exciting. It was kind of that moment that, oh my god, this is real, I am pregnant. But I liked those type of moments. Must-knows. Okay, for the first trimester, I think it's really important for you to have your own experience. Don't listen to everyone's crazy horror stories. I was craving this, I was craving that, you're gonna like this, you're gonna hate this. Don't listen to that. A lot of it is rubbish. Maybe it works for some people, or maybe it happened to some people, but it won't necessarily happen to you. My biggest fear was nausea, and in all honesty, I had nausea for 2 weeks, on and off. Wasn't horrible. Yeah, I didn't really feel like doing much. I didn't actually throw up. I only threw up twice, but it wasn't like every day I was throwing up. And a lot of people were like, oh, you're going to be so sick in the first trimester, and you might even be sick in your second trimester, which freaked me out, but that didn't happen, and it was only 2 weeks. And then everyone was telling me that I was going to crave so many foods, or I'm going to hate so many foods, and that didn't happen either. I mean, I craved things, but no more than the ordinary craving of I want ice cream. That was the same before I was pregnant too. So I never really had any of those crazy pregnancy, I guess you would say, stereotypes. It hasn't really happened to me. So have your own experience. Don't let horror stories or everyone's story affect you, or how you experience things, because I do believe that if someone tells you, hey, you're not going to like this, it could really get programmed in your head, and you'll feel like, oh yeah, I don't like that because I'm not supposed to like that. So don't let that affect you. And then another thing is, you're probably not going to start showing till at the end of your first trimester. Everyone's always like, where's your bump? You don't look pregnant. Why don't you look pregnant? And that in the beginning had me kind of worried. I was like, yeah, why am I not showing? But it's normal. You're probably, if you're pretty thin or you work out too, you're probably not going to show that fast. So just let it happen on its own. Don't push it. Don't freak out about it. I even saw a couple videos of girls that were in their 20 weeks and still not showing that much. So don't be too concerned about that. And then must-haves. For my first trimester, what really helped me was mineral water, saltines, and fruit. Believe it or not, the thought of having something crunchy, refreshing, juicy, and cold, they had to be cold, made me feel so much better. If I ate any greasy type of foods, I would really feel it. I'd either get nauseous or I would feel really full or heavy. So I really like to stick to more healthier foods, and it wasn't necessarily because I'm trying to be healthy. I mean, that's one of them, but it was because I really just wanted something healthy because it made me feel good. So I would say if you don't feel too good, go ahead and have like an apple, a really cold apple, and see if that helps you. Another good thing was when I started to feel kind of nauseous, it would start with feeling really hot, and if I didn't cool down, that's when I would continue to be nauseous. So what helps is like a cold compress or something cold, and you just put it on your neck, and that always seems to kind of cool me down fastest. So that's a good one to have. I usually use my hands because my hands are super cold. So if I would feel sick, I would just wrap my hands around my neck, and that would pretty much do it for me. But I'm an extremely cold person, so it works. And then another thing is I did find it kind of difficult in those 2 weeks to take my vitamins. I used to take them at night before going to bed, so that I wouldn't feel sick, because I started taking them in February. We had planned for this pregnancy. So I started in February, and I would take them at night so I wouldn't feel any sickness or any sensitivity to my stomach. But during those 2 weeks, it felt like right after I would take the vitamins, I would feel horrible, and in the middle of the night I would wake up, and that's when I was actually throwing up. So I realized that I had to take them a different way. So now I take them right after breakfast, kind of in between bites. Almost when I'm done with my plate, I'll have like 2 bites left, and that's when I'll take it, and it seems to completely mask it, and I don't feel sick. It feels fine, like I didn't even take vitamins. So that really helps. The ones I take are Trader Joe's. When I went to visit my doctor, they told me that they can give me prenatals, and it was completely covered. But I'm sticking to Trader Joe's because I know that they're organic, and I feel like if I were to get like these free pills, I don't know what's inside of them, which would kind of scare me. I love Trader Joe's in general. We like to get most of our food from there because we feel like it's just safer for us. And it is, I would say I've reacted pretty bad to some vitamins at times, and it is probably the least harshest on your stomach. So if you're looking for a good vitamin, I would try Trader Joe's. I'm already on my 2nd bottle. Before this, I actually don't remember which one I was on. It had to just be one, like the natural or something from Walgreens. But I heard that this one is so much better, and actually comparing the vitamins in it, it has a ton more of what you need. So, and it has a digestive support, because when you're pregnant, you get constipated easily. So it has that in there too, which is a really nice bonus. So if you're looking to find a good vitamin, I do recommend Trader Joe's. So that's about all for week 15 and what I think you might need. You don't need that much, at least I didn't need too much. But those little things really matter to me. Mineral water really, really mattered to me. And the reason I chose it was because I don't quite like Sprite. I don't like the sugar in it. So that helps with kind of sticking to something a little bit more healthy for you. So that sums up Baby Bump Tuesday. If you have any questions or want to post your own concerns, please feel free to comment below. And until next Baby Bump Tuesday, stay beautiful. Bye!